two sheriff deputy cars. I understand here to serve some type of papers. I'm at Mayor Whipple-Lue's house.
City Hall. Any keys you have to the City Hall.
Who's the judge?
The same one that's always been, Mr. Judge Reeves.
Oh, yeah.
So I need to go and get my things from there to remove everything.
No, ma'am.
Can't go back in the city hall?
She can go back in the City Hall as a citizen, not as a mayor.
Oh, so
You cannot, you can go to the city council meeting,
wait.
but not as a mayor.
So, oh, that's what I'm saying.
This is what this is all about.
This is the Ghetto Free Press. And we just understand that undoubtedly they're saying she can not go back as mayor.
Hello, how you doing?
It seems as if though what they've been doing in Meigs is now applicable here in
I was
Gordon.
getting it today.
They say she can go to City Hall but not as mayor this evening. And they waited until right before the meeting tonight.
Clerk's office at 4:25 today.
Who filed?
The Terry Edie, Freddie Dennis, Amanda Bates, and the
You call your attorney?
No, I'm going to
Call him.
right now.
Before you sign it, call your attorney.
Let me give you all this.
Oh, wait just a minute, I'll be right back. So that don't make sense.
Right before the meeting tonight. This is why I've been asking for Governor Nathan Deal to step in this. Secretary of State, Attorney General Olsen need to really step in Gordon, in Meigs, and other cities in the state of Georgia. This is just a few minutes before tonight's meeting.
I didn't know they could do that.
I have no idea, sir.
I don't know nowhere where you get where you take removed from position and can't gather the things.
Yes. No.
Hello? He has no power to do that? Right. Hold on just a second. This is my turn to tell him what to do.
I don't have anything to talk to him about. Just between me and you. They're going to have a hearing on June 24th at 9 o'clock a.m. at the Wilson County Courthouse in Irwin.
Hearing on June
I'm
24th.
going to give you all this right here. What you need to do is give this to your attorney.
June 23rd, you're headed out of the country. Okay. Well, you just have to do the necessary to address it. Exactly. Okay. All right. He just told me to turn over my everything. I can't go back in my office to retrieve anything.
As mayor.
As mayor. The deputy sheriff, or is that what you are, Kirby?
Yes, ma'am.
Gary Kirby, he's the deputy sheriff.
Everybody got to go right in there and take everything you want to be along here.
Okay. He said just send him everything. He's asking me to send him everything. He'll do it. Excuse me? Okay. Will do. It said I can't go to the meeting tonight except as a
Citizen.
citizen. I can't conduct.
It says here you are restrained from participating as a mayor of Golden.
So what now? Okay, good. No, I understand. I'm just trying to hear what you're saying and trying to hear what he's saying too. Okay.
Does it state reasons why?
I'm gonna give her all this right here. This is what her. This
Right,
is her.
I understand. I'm just trying to make sure I'm understanding. So, is that all? You know, you want me to just sign over and give you the
ain't
keys?
got- That's right. All I need is the keys.
The keys. The keys to City Hall.
All of it.
Okay.
Everything you have as being the mayor. If you got anything to the city hall, the water department, police department, whatever, I need all the keys.
Okay.
Okay.
So now, hold on just a second. So now, what do? I'm going to get my stuff. Now, what we can do is, you can meet me there. Or
I'll
we
go
get
with
it.
you to let you get your stuff.
Okay.
Okay.
Do you need help?
Yeah, because all my files and everything are in there. Okay. All right.
Here you go.
Okay, I sure will. All right. Okay, bye-bye. Good deal. I'm fine, I'm it.
Okay.
So just hand.
Once again, this is the Ghetto Free Press. Strange things happening in the state of Georgia. This is why I asked Governor Deal, Sam Olsen, and others to step in. Once again, this is the Ghetto Free Press. I just happen to be here in Gordon at this time. This is the same thing that's happening in Meigs, Georgia. We have to understand that the Meigs mayor has been arrested twice. She has received 2 criminal trespass warnings. Each one of her her brothers, Edward, I think have received 2 trespass warnings. Also, Calvin has received 2. The mayor was kicked out of her office. Then they gave her another office. Then they locked the door to that office in Meigs, and she could not get in. You know, I've been saying what I've been saying for a long time. Georgia has some strange laws, and we had better get on top of this. All this is nothing more than to circumvent the voting process in the state of Georgia. Now, if you go back and Google and research Equipment 10+2, what has happened in Meigs, Georgia, Gordon, Georgia, Davisboro, Georgia, Warrenton, Georgia, Dawson, Georgia, and others that I have been notified of, there is something seriously wrong here. And I can't understand why the Justice Department under Eric Holder, along with the Civil Rights Division, I cannot understand why they keep circumventing the voting process in the state of Georgia. I'm going to say it again. Is there anybody in Georgia or in the United States Justice Department that are really concerned about voting rights here in the United States of America? This is the Ghetto Free Press. We do what we do because I served this nation for over 21 years. And I don't think this is the America that many of our active duty, disabled veteran, retired veteran, and common American citizens are happy with. Once again, this is the Ghetto Free Press. Today is April the 1st, 2014. I'm George Boston Rhymes. I just left America's Georgia, Colonial Farms, and I decided to come to Dawson, Georgia, wherein the mayor, what's his name? Chris Wright. Chris Wright. And while riding through town here, I found an individual, I think he lives next to the mayor. And will you tell me what happened on that night? Because it seemed as if all we get down here in South Georgia is snippets and things of that nature the night when the mayor was shot. What happened?
I cannot
First,
tell you.
Well, what's your name, first of all?
Pastor Moreland.
Pastor? Oh, you're a pastor? Okay.
Pastor.
Okay. All right, what happened as far as you know?
As far as I know, this is what I heard.
Okay.
I'm laying in the bed.
Yes, sir.
I heard shot.
Yes, sir.
Pow, pow, pow. And I heard, ow. Then I heard, pow, pow, pow. That's 6 times.
Wow.
I get up, come out of the door. And my wife come out the door. Out front of my house right there. And I walked out the front with my light shining around. Nothing. went back in the house, got back in the bed. I was laying in the bed, then I heard somebody holler, help, help, help. The third one was low. I got up, again, I said, baby, somebody hollering for help. She said, sound like somebody hit the side. I said, no, that's somebody hollering for help. So I got my light and come back out the house. When I come out this time, I come out the front, went around the side of the house. The fence right there, I shine my light, I said, I know I heard something. Trying to get myself together. So I heard something. You have no little road. And so when I got around there, I kept shining. I saw something dark there on the ground. I had on dark clothes. And I said, hey, I said, who is that there? He said, this me. I said, who? He said, Chris. I said, Chris? I said, what the matter? He said, Rev, I've been shot 5 times. And that's what he said.
You said that then?
He said it then.
Okay.
And I was on this side of the fence, so I run around to that side of the fence where he was. And I kneel over him. So when I kneel over him, I turn him up. When I turn him up, blood was gushing out of him. From here, down, running down. And he didn't want to get up. I told him, lay down, baby. That's what I told him. Then he said, Rev, he said, pray for me. I know what he said, pray for me. And God, I did what he said, I prayed for him. And I told him, I just lay here. Then my wife said, I guess she was dialing for the police. I don't know who called him now.
Right,
there was
right.
a bunch of people doing it. But other than that, for me seeing who it was, I don't know. The young man pulled up. He jumped out of the car and he run there. And he said, I said, the madam been shot. He said, where mama? See, I didn't realize what he was talking about when he said mama. So he ran in the house. Once he ran in the house, and that left me there. Then the ambulance came and they come around there and hubble over me, and try to assist him to get him up. And once that was over with, we all got him up, but I helped pick him up and put him on the stretcher. And once that got stretched, they put him in. That was it.
That was it. Well, you mentioned the mother. How was the mother?
Well, I did go in the house. Okay. And when I went in the house, I seen the mother. She had a bra, nothing else, a bra, a short pants. And she was like, been roughed up,
Roughed up?
Yeah, that's what it looked like to me. It been roughed up. She, And then the police told me, well, we got to solve a case. I said, well, I'm a neighbor. I just kind of see what's going on. So I turned around and come on back out.
So it was a robbery then?
I couldn't.
You have no idea about that?
No.
No, you don't know as a burglar what?
No, I couldn't say about robbery. I couldn't
all
say
you
about
witnessed what you've already said?
All I know is what I heard and that's it.
What you said.
That's it.
Looking back on it, what do you think, do you think that anything that you know of, and I know you got what you said, what do you think maybe could have been done differently? Nothing was. You don't see nothing?
I couldn't comment on that.
You couldn't say nothing?
No, because all I go back to
what actually happened.
What actually happened is I know of. Okay. Anything else, who was here, who come over here, I couldn't hear anything like that.
Well, one thing I would like to ask you, and then we'll be through with this, is that once did news media come over? Any news media come that night or look on anything? Or?
Some of it happened. I'm not sure who all come over that night.
What about the next day? Was you interviewed?
Well, I was interviewed, but they didn't ever show it.
Okay.
Over on Channel 10, I believe.
Okay, so you was interviewed, but it just never,
interviewed the way
and you was
in my way.
Yeah, and you was here, and you actually saw what happened. But
I heard what happened.
I mean, you heard what happened, and you did see him on the ground. You saw. And yet, but somebody chose.
I'm the one that picked him up and put him on.
Right.
The stretcher.
Right. Okay, look here. What's your name again, my beautiful pastor?
Pastor Moreland, Joseph Moreland.
What church you pastor, brother?
Mount Zion Baptist Church, Brownwood, Georgia.
Thank you so much, my beautiful brother, and thank you for having the courage to stand up and say something, because as I travel South Georgia and Southeast Georgia, I find a lot of people won't talk, and I want you to know I appreciate that very much. Thank you so much. Peace be unto you, brother. Likewise, peace. Once again, this is the Ghetto Free Press, George Boston Rhines, and as you know, I have a 500,000 views, and the 500,000 views come about because of people like you and people like this, who refuse to sit back and let valuable news just go down the drain as if though a tree falls in the forest, and then they tell us the tree never fell, and our children are sitting under the tree, and we lived in the forest for so long. We know it's there, and so that's what we do. Our goal is to keep you informed. Just remember, education will save us, but ignorance will destroy us. Bye-bye, we gone. And it looks as if though this is the mayor's office, and they seem to be.
This is the only place they get right now.
And they are changing the lot. Go ahead, brother Tim. Go ahead.
Yeah, they won't let her in the other offices. They throw her out over there.
Right.
And they put her in this office over here. And now they're changing the locks on it. Now where she can't get in there.
Wow.
And now they canceled the meeting tonight.
Yeah.
At the last minute.
Have you ever seen anything like this before, man?
I never. You know they arrested the mayor, though.
Yeah, I heard about that.
For that disorderly conduct.
Yeah, what did she do, you know?
I don't know, but you know, disorderly conduct might be.
Anything, that's right, anything.
It's a catch-22.
Right.
You know, unless you start cussing somebody or threatening, you know, violence or something, that's different. But Linda ain't done nothing. Linda did not do nothing.
Why are you rating the state officials like the Secretary of State and the Attorney General and the Governor? I mean, they got the same problems in Gordon, Georgia.
I don't know why we can't get no help. I tell you, I ain't never
seen nothing like this before.
Mr. Willie Charles, how you doing?
Yeah, he doing his job.
Don't take it personal, bro. We you know, we
How you doing,
understand.
Mr. Willie Charles?
That's right. I'm doing my job.
We know, we got you.
I hope you find a better one because you're a better man than this. You're a good guy. And you need to do that. You need to show you're a good man. You're much better than this, Mr. Willie Charles. Much better. I know it, but he's still a better man.
And we can't under Governor Nathan Deal, Secretary of State Brian P. Kemp, Attorney General Sam Olens. I just can't understand. Nobody in the state of Georgia will come down. And what are they waiting? Are they waiting for people to get violent? It seems like that might be what they're waiting on.
I don't know what they're waiting on either.
What do you think about this? You ever seen this before? What do you think about this?
I've never seen this in my life.
What do you think about the mayor being arrested?
I'm shocked. I'm appalled. I'm embarrassed for Meigs. I love this place. I mean, this is a good place. And the people here are good.
But had you ever seen this before?
Never.
Never.
Never. And I've lived in the city majority of my life, and I still haven't seen it. Still haven't seen it. I'm very embarrassed for me. I'm embarrassed at the personnel, the people, and how they're putting people in bad positions.
Thank you very much. I got two. That's the president of the Thomas County NAACP. We have her here today. Thank you for being here, sister. And we can see the NAACP is at least in a representative. They are here to hear a little bit of what's going on. Now, let me ask you another. It's two questions I want to ask you. Number one, you said something about you being, who was arrested out here? Something you said about out here, y'all were doing something. What, you explain that for me?
My brother and I was sitting right here, which is 111. This is the street.
Okay.
My brother was parked right here on his work trike. I came from work, I pulled up right here behind him. My sister was talking to one of the citizens on the other side of the street.
When you say your sister, who's that?
The mayor.
The mayor. Okay, all right, go ahead. Thank you.
The post office is right there. I was going to go to the post office and retrieve our mail.
Yes, sir.
We all has the same post office box.
Yes.
But once I seen her with the mail in her hand, I continued to speak with my brother.
Yes. And what's his name?
Edward Easton.
Has he ever been in trouble with law enforcement before?
No, not something serious, you know.
I'm not with the city or nothing. No kind of problem. Okay, go ahead.
And while we were sitting here, we seen the city, what you call her, the administrator or whatever she.
What's her name? You know her name?
Marsha DeMoka.
Okay.
And her and Willie Charles Williams pulls up. He gets out the truck and he opens the door so she can go in. 3 minutes later, the police officer, Drew, came around, he went inside. So at that point, my brother and I was still standing there. So he came up, gave me my mail. We talked for a few seconds. And then he left, I left, my sister left. Friday afternoon, I got off work and I was washing my truck. I heard my brother says that she got a warrant for my arrest. So I'm like, I know that it's not what I just heard. So I walked across the street and I asked my brother, who took a warrant out of you? He said, Marsha DeMoka. I said, why did she take out a warrant on you? He said, she didn't just take a warrant out on me, she took one out on you too. So I'm like, for what? And so he commenced to telling me this criminal trespassing and what have you, and we need to turn ourselves in at least about 10 o'clock. And so this is when we found out we was being arrested. I mean, we had a warrant.
So you were arrested?
Yes.
Well, who was this man arrested at one of the public meetings? Who was he? There was somebody they escorted out of the meeting a few weeks ago. Who was he?
That was my brother. That was Edward Easton. And they're saying that he can't come into the council meeting because he would be trespassing.
So you're saying that he have been denied the right to attend a public meeting? Have they discontinued where he don't have to pay taxes anymore?
No.
He still pay taxes?
Pay taxes. And this lady, Marsha DeMoka, doesn't even live here. My sister.
I hear that a lot. Wait a minute. I hear that a lot. Now, what you mean by she don't live here?
Marsha DeMoga, which is the city clerks and city administrator, which the councils awarded her all the mayor's administrative powers, which they say that that's something that she can do. Okay, I don't see how that the mayor can hire someone and can't fire them. Okay, and on top of that, now that since she's hired her, they're turned their back on her.
Okay.
And
go ahead.
And now they are terrorizing her.
Okay. Let me ask you one other question. Do you see an end of the tunnel for all of this? Do you see any daylight?
It needs to be, but at this point, until the mayor gain control or get some kind of control of our city, I don't see anything happening.
Do you think she should be forced to get control, or do you think that somebody in the state of Georgia should step in and ensure under our form of government, everybody has a boss? So it seems like somebody ought to come in here and straighten this out. Because after all, the people here probably think it's just Meg, but they got the same thing in Gordon, Georgia, Davisboro, Georgia, Dawson, Georgia got some problems, and other mayors have called me, and so it seems like this is a pattern in practice, and there's maybe other people need to come in and look into this situation.
Yes, I do. I feel like it should be someone out there that knows the city charter and the form of government that we're under, that can come in and at least give some kind of advice to the mayor. Everyone that the mayor tries to reach and try to find out what's going on and how can she find out what can she do about the situation. Everybody tells her that she has to have an attorney. Okay. And just as well as...
Well, okay, let's bring it into a close. Let's close it out now. But I really want you to respond to, I keep forgetting his name, the white brother. He talked about asphalt, and they made it seem as if though the council members on both ends seemed to believe that he didn't have any justification for complaining about asphalt going down, and the city did not violate any law. What do you think about that?
Well, the thing about that is they're talking about the washout. When it rained and when it's cold and it froze, all the pipes burst. Well, the water ran down her way, but did not wash out her driveway. It washed out the drain pipe, but they put the asphalt in her yard, in her churchyard ground, and didn't fix the drain pipe. Now, to this day, that drain pipe still needs some asphalt there.
Well, my question to you is, how do you know what you're saying is true?
Because I work for the city of Meigs, and I know that's what they done. And she pretty much said that they did that because the washout, the water washed out of her parking lot. That's not true. The water washed down to the drain and washed the drain out. They put the rock there for whatever purpose they, feel like they put it there for. I feel like for bribery.
Well, can I ask you another question? Why do you feel?
Okay. I just witnessed my mom being served by the sheriff department, and they said relinquish all keys to any sealed buildings, to City Hall, the annex, water authority, anything. He said that she could not go to her office in her capacity as mayor. And so, well, he then further stated, after being questioned, what could she do to retrieve her items, he said that she can go in not as mayor, but as a regular citizen. So my thing of it is, they would serve her, what time is it?
Go ahead, just keep talking.
They served her just moments or a couple of hours before the city council meeting.
5:34.
It's 5:34. The city council meeting tonight is at 7:30. They served her because they're about to pay the auditor for services rendered. Now, I don't know what Councilman Edie has up his sleeve, or Tawana Brown and the rest of them, but it's coming to a head. It has already come to a head. We, as the citizens of Gordon, need to know where the funds are. For too long, this city has shown no growth, and there's potential for many jobs to come to this area. They're trying to hold back progress. Councilman Edie, City Clerk Tawana Brown, Councilman Smallwood, Councilman Densley, they're holding up progress. They keep serving her these things.
Papers.
Papers. They keep serving her these papers so that she can get boggled down and not be able to do her job. Now, I don't know what they have up their sleeve tonight, but I think all of you as concerned citizens, I'm not talking about that group who call themselves concerned citizens, but I'm talking about the real concerned citizens of Gordon who elected her in. You're in the majority. You need to be down there at the city council meeting tonight to hear what's going down, because it's a hot mess right now, as I said, a hot mess. NAACP, you need to be here. 100 Black Men in Macon, you need to be here. Concerned black men of Gordon, you need to be here. Concerned black women of Gordon, you need to be here. Ministers, elders, pastors, deacons, missionaries, evangelists, you need to be here at this city council meeting tonight to represent your city.
Concerned white people as well.
I'm including it all.
Right, that's right, everybody.
Because I notice I'm including everybody.
That's right, everybody.
Everybody.
That means well, right, and good.
Right. We're going for right.
Amen.
We're going for Mayor
This
Lue.
is the Ghetto Free Press. I'm George Boston Rhymes, as you can see. The news media was not before, but they're definitely out tonight. And it all centered around getting her keys, turning in everything that she has to the city. And we all know that this is the same thing that has happened in Meigs, Georgia. Linda Harris, all of her information have taken. The news media is here. This is the same thing that happens in Meigs, Georgia.
Why no comment, Mayor?
Have you surrendered items yet from the city to the sheriff's office?
This is Gordon City, Gordon, Georgia. We know that this has been going on for a long time.
Just outside of the room, back in our city office.
This is in Gordon, Georgia. We have been saying to the governor, the state of Georgia, to take action about what is happening to the newly elected black mayors across the state. We have called on the Attorney General, Secretary of State, Eric Holder, and yet these mayors continue to cry out. We have called for the civil rights leaders and others, and yet nothing changes. Everything remains the same. And once again, this is City Hall. I was there when the sheriff deputy came to serve papers on the mayor. We knew this would happen. It's nothing new. We must understand that we had to fight just to get a drink of water from a water fountain. And so the audit was asked for, and we see that just maybe people don't want that audit to be finished. I can see that many people are asking Mr. Whipple-Lue to talk, but I don't blame him. He has often tried to talk, and he said that his wife, they never expressed their views, and so I guess I kind of understand him not talking today. And it's the same thing in Meigs, Georgia, and other cities in the state of Georgia. Governor Nathan Deal had been informed of this, Secretary of State, Georgia Attorney General, and so we only waited for this to happen. We knew it was coming. It's nothing new. Listen, You have never heard me say.
Well, but the
You have
mayor
never,
said
You
that.
have never heard me say. See, I'm gonna keep you straight.
Right.
Because that's my job.
The mayor said that, and in your interview, that was out, and you repeated back to her. So you feel like the media distorts the truth.
It's not about feeling. It's about a fact of reality. The facts of reality is, you can act like, the facts of reality is, it's not me. It's a historic, documented record of what the media does in the nation of Islam, and I'm not even a Muslim. Elijah Muhammad taught the black community that the media is no friend of certain segments of the American people. The same thing was said in Dr. King's most famous writings. He said the same thing. He talked about when we went to marching, he said the media wasn't there. When he talked about certain things in the war in Vietnam and how it was killing little children. That was Dr. King. So this is, see, I want you all to understand that this is nothing new for us. You see, nothing new.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah, please do. Yes, sir.
Can you name an instance, a specific instance in which we distorted the truth?
Well, see, you have to ask the mayor that. But what I'm speaking of now is that you look at the newspaper.
Which newspaper are you referring to, please?
I'm talking about the Wilkinson.
Okay. Again, though, we're not part of the Wilkinson Post. And when she made that comment, it was a blanket statement about the media in town. She named all the other media. And again, we've never got the opportunity to sit down with Mayor Whipple-Lue and ask her questions. So do you understand where I'm coming from, where I'm frustrated as a reporter because I can't do my job to get both sides of the story when only one side is willing to talk to me? Do you understand that?
Yes, I understand that. I understand it in Brooks County as well. The news media down there are caught up with the same thing. A lot of blacks won't talk to them because they don't trust them. See, go ahead. I'm gonna see how I do you. Go ahead, talk. I'm gonna listen to you.
No, it's okay. It's okay.
So you said the NAACP was aware of that.
Yeah, yes.
Are they planning to put it down?
I can't speak for them, but I will tell you that when this happened, I was there at the house of the mayor, and I got on the phone and called the state president, Edward DuBose, who is the former president of the NAACP. And I don't know where they're going to take it, but the thing about it is that, as I said earlier, this is nothing new. They are aware of it. When we was Moore's Fort Bridge, I talked to Tyrone Brooks. Tyrone Brooks is very familiar with what's going on, not only here. You see, and I know you all are focused on what you focus on. But see, we looking at the big picture. It's very little need to really come down here and address this one issue when you got 12 other cities going through the same identical thing. In fact, Meigs is worse than Gordon. It's worse than Gordon.
Fortunately, it's not going to cover.
And I got you. But guess what? Nobody's covering it.
You'd have to talk to the media down there.
I understand that. But see, I'm still in America. And when I served this country, I didn't just serve in Meigs or Brooks County. I served for everybody. You see what I'm saying? And that's what makes the difference. See, I'm concerned with everybody. I'm not concerned with Gordon. And that's what makes it. And I'm connecting the dots. And there are people in Washington who are listening. And I believe under our form of government, sooner or later, somebody's going to listen. I believe that. I believe that. I believe that. I sure do. With everything, because I love this country. I served in the Vietnam War, and I love this country. And because I love this country, it's why I do. You think my life ain't been threatened? Yes. And guess what? I enjoy it. When I call the Justice Department, when they tell me what they're doing, they say, you know you're doing something. That's why I'm gonna do this until the end. I love everybody. I got professors at VSU. They are the one that support me the most, and they white. It's not about a race thing for the most part. It's about living up to the founding fathers of this great republic. I love this nation.
So you're saying it's not about race?
No, it's not about race.
So what is it about?
Look, well, if you want this, and if you can get this, the Bible says, and people don't want that, but he said we fight not against flesh and blood. All races are flesh and blood. But he talked about powers and principalities of power and spiritual weakness in high places. And I'm not a very religious person. You follow me? But my point is that there always is something deeper than what you see. I was taught in my circles to look behind the hand of the hidden man.
So what's behind?
There's always another hand.
Who's the hidden man? Who's the hidden man?
That's what we're trying to find out. And hopefully through the courts, he will be known. He will be known. Because truth will shine.
Well, I apologize if you felt like I was disrespecting you.
No, it don't bother me because I've been through all that.
Well,
I've been through all of that.
I'm just giving you an apology.
I don't need it, but I appreciate it.
But I'm just offering it out to you to let you know I apologize.
You mentioned the courts. Can you tell me why Mayor Whipple-Lue wasn't in court today to testify on behalf of the hearing?
On the day when she had her hearing?
Today.
She didn't have a hearing today.
Well, there was some sort of where the judge issued the order.
I think it was just an order. I don't think it was.
No, they just issued order.
Oh, just an
It
issue.
wasn't
Oh,
a
okay.
hearing.
She didn't even know what it was about. I was there when she got it. She knows. I'm one insist to ask her to call her attorney before she signed
So,
it.
are you technically a member of the press, or are you an advocate for?
As I said earlier, I am an individual. I'm a blogger and I'm a YouTuber, and I've been doing it for a long time. When I found out that the news media, not here, in South Georgia, would not report the news, that's what started me doing this.
Okay.
And after I got started, people appreciate it.
Gotcha.
Gordon City Council does have a quorum now. And I'd like to call this meeting to order. I would like to begin with an invocation. If all of you who'd like to, please remove your hat and bow your head for prayer. Our most gracious Heavenly Father, we're indeed thankful for all the many blessings you send our way each and every day. We're thankful, Father, that you have brought us here together to take care of the business of the city of Gordon. We're thankful for each and every one here tonight, knowing that they care about the city's business. And we just pray, Father, that you might give these council sitting here at this table tonight a small portion of thy wisdom, that we might be better able to make decisions concerning the city of Gordon, knowing that we have been elected by the citizens to serve them and the city. We ask these things in your holy name. Amen. Amen. And if y'all would all please stand and face the flag, we will say the pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank y'all. Be seated. I'll just back up and say once again, welcome to everyone, and y'all please try to remain quiet. You did very good during the first period of talk that we went through, and I expect the same now that we're in a regular meeting. We do have our minutes that have been mailed out. I hope everyone has a copy of the minutes. It's probably about the longest set of minutes I've seen in a long time myself. I hope everybody has had time to look through them and read through them. I'll give you a few minutes to just kind of look over if there's any questions.
Make a motion, we accept the minutes as presented.
I'll second. We have a motion and a second by Mr. Dinsley. Is there any discussion on the minutes that we have presented to us at this time? Does anyone have anything, any changes, any corrections? If not, I'll call for a vote on the minutes. All those in favor to adopt the minutes as presented, please say aye. Aye. Aye.
To approve the minutes. I'm looking for just a moment. Okay, before we accept the minutes, I would like to ask something about the insurance.
To be answered later, we need to just answer the minutes right now because of the motion, and we'd already asked for discussion on the minutes, but we can talk about the insurance later.
Okay. Okay.
You want to vote aye to accept the minutes? You voted aye. So we have 4 ayes. And the reason I can vote is because I am acting mayor and I retain my vote as a council person. I just want to explain that so no one to get upset because I'm voting at this time. That's by the charter and everything that we're going by, okay? So with those approved, we have some old business, and without having any information on this first one, the BCG financial invoices, pay invoices, I'll ask for anybody that has any information on it. If we think the information has not been presented to me in a timely manner for me to make a decision that we can move forward on it. Fourth invoice. I can make a notation that we have received the fourth invoice for $7,971.75 for work that Mr. Bill Basket has done. That is through the month of April, up until the end of April. So actually now we've already been through May, so I don't know if he has done any other work. I can't answer that question. It would be my desire to see us to table this matter at this time. If that would be okay with everyone.
Table.
We'll table that issue. We'll move on now to the insurance, the new carrier mixing insurance. And Rob, if you would, please just kind of update us on where we're at with the insurance, please.
The council had elected last time to accept the most of the insurance, the Trident Insurance Company portion of the policy, and we bound that. It's in force as of 12:01 tonight, so it goes into force. Everything, the police cars, the fire engine, the property, all of that is covered. Your general liability is covered. The only two things that we are still looking for is the law enforcement liability policy and the officials, public officials liability policy. And we're just waiting until we can get a good quote on that, or something that's reasonable. That's just going to take a little time to get. But I talked to them today about it and told them that we were still looking, and so we are still hopefully we'll be able to find something. But as far as everything else goes, it's all covered. Everything is done. I brought Tawana today, insurance cards to go in all the vehicles, as well as binders on all the coverages, and then we'll be getting the policy in any day.
All of our police cars have, all the coverage they're supposed to have on the car if they were to have a wreck. They have liability, comprehensive, everything that goes with it. They have, all of our employees still have health and life insurance. None of that has changed. So, with that said, we'll move on to the next item.
One more thing.
I'm sorry.
Both set of minutes are just one, May 21st, May 15th, and
We added the new car too. The new police car's been added, so it's covered. And the way they do it, the way they said they do it from now on is if we buy more vehicles from now on, they're covered automatically at no charge till the end of the policy period. And even then, they won't charge you.
Thank you, Robert. Give me just 1 second. Ms. Brown, the city clerk, pointed out one item here that we had actually 2 sets of minutes to approve. And we had the minutes for the meeting, which we just approved, but then we turned around and we had a workshop that we met, and those minutes have to be approved too. So we have a motion to accept the minutes that came with the workshop that we held.
Motion to accept minutes.
Have a motion to accept the minutes for the workshop that we have. Do we have a second? Second. We have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion on the workshop minutes at this time?
Yes, when we did the workshop, I read the minutes on that today, and everything that was said at the workshop, it really wasn't on the letter that we got today.
Okay, was there a correction or an addition?
It was just like the questions that were asked.
By the council?
Yeah, by the council.
Okay.
Okay, I would like to know why they wasn't included.
Well, I'm not sure. Did you use the tape to do this too?
At a workshop, we don't have to go into details because there's no motion made. No motion's made. It's just really a discussion session, so you don't have to detail. information is just kind of hit the high spot.
Did that answer your question sufficiently? Since it's not any meeting that you can take any official business on, she doesn't do a verbatim like she does with the regular minutes, you know. She just does a concise write-up so that you will understand what was talked about in that meeting. And she doesn't have to write everything down. Was there something that you would like to add to it at this time? If anything in particular, if you could tell us what it would be?
I was just wondering why everything wasn't.
Okay, so maybe that answered your question now that she answered it?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am. Okay. Any other discussion on the workshop minutes? I'd like to call for a motion. All those in favor to adopt the workshop minutes, please do so by saying aye. Aye. Thank you. We do have new business, and the first line item I have on it is Gordon, about a hometown Main Street Gordon. What I'm going to do is I'm going to ask Mr. Bruce Daniels to kind of give us an update of where we at right now.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Eady. Well, the first thing that comes to mind, y'all know I received a letter last Friday from Mayor Lue, and that prompted the Board of Main Street to write 4 letters. And I hope y'all all have a copy and had a chance to review them. The only thing we want to do is continue on in our business, have access to the building, and do what we need to do to maintain our Main Street status. And I will say this, last week we had a bad episode where the locks were changed out. We did not think that was ethical. I know the city owns the building, but we've always been the custodial for everything in the depot. There's a lot of valuable items over there. And I'm a little bit concerned now when the locks were changed out, if somebody goes into the freight side, can now they open the museum door. And if that's the case, then anybody who goes in there who rents it out will have access to everything in there, which is certainly not, up to our standards.
Sure.
So I ask y'all to consider all that, what we need to do with the locks or whatever else to ensure everything we have is taken care of. If y'all have any questions of me, I'll be glad to answer.
Thank you, sir. The next item is approve an attorney to represent the city clerk at the deposition. And I would really, just like to hear from the city clerk on just exactly what it entails. Could you give us a little information, maybe? This was given to Mayor Lue on May the 27th. I'm going to just read it. I have been advised that Mr. Ronnie Jones, interim city attorney, would have a conflict of interest representing me as city clerk at deposition to be held on June the 6th, 2014, because he represents the city, with the mayor being one party and 2 council members who are plaintiffs in this lawsuit. I request that the city council hire attorney Kerry Howell to represent me at deposition in my position as city clerk on June the 6th, 2014. And we have a phone number and everything that's been brought to our attention tonight. So I really don't have a good grasp on this. Mr. Jones, I'm going to ask you right now, if you would, if you make a comment to me, please, if you give me an answer on this particular question that was just brought to our attention, request.
Yeah, I was given a request to represent Ms. Brown at deposition. Now, I must say, so far haven't received some files from past city attorney, but my understanding is that the deposition has been put off because the defense side filed an appeal. And now it's still on. I did offer to Ms. Brown as city attorney to represent her at the deposition. Oftentimes, witnesses don't have their own attorneys because they're not the party being sued. But if Mrs. Brown wanted somebody to represent her, since she is a city official there, I was willing to go with her. If she's saying that she wants someone else, I never actually, I don't think that there is a conflict. But she's not being sued as a party. She's only being asked to give testimony on what happened while she was occurred, and protect the city's interest. The city attorney could represent it, because witnesses normally don't have attorneys at the deposition. But if the council wants to appoint someone else, then that is their decision.
I'm really at a loss myself to know exactly what we should do, you know. I mean, I can hear what you're saying and all, you know. I really don't know where to go from this point on. I mean, I know we have our previous attorney and possibly still attorney, Mr. Joe Boone, and I'm going to say that for the record because I still feel that he very possibly is still the city attorney. Mr. Boone, would you mind just sharing with us what this might mean?
Well, just historically, I think I always advise anybody who goes into a deposition, they need their own independent counsel, because you never know what's going to come out of the deposition. And since the clerk is involved in active litigation and other suits, it's possible that an attorney could try to solicit information from her that might be detrimental to her case in those other suits, which would not be necessarily anything to do with the city, but it could also nevertheless affect her action in an independent suit unrelated to the deposition. Anything you say under oath can be used pretty much in any other proceeding that she might be a part of. So that's just not my advice to Ms. Brown. That's my advice to anybody who goes to a deposition. You need a lawyer to represent you independently of anything else, than anybody else.
Well, I thank you for your opinion. If any other council have anything they'd like to say, I ask them. Maybe y'all know more about it than what I do.
I would like to add one thing, Council.
Yes, sir.
I do know from speaking to Ms. Brown that she does have a private attorney on her personal lawsuit. And if her interest would be affected by her other lawsuit, then she could have her private attorney go with her. But I think to protect the city's interest, the city attorney would be sufficient.
You think the city attorney would be sufficient to go for this deposition?
Yes, for the deposition.
Anybody have anything?
I was going to say I agree with Attorney Jones, because when this came up with the mayor, you know, she had to get her own attorney. She had to pay for her own attorney. So it wouldn't really be justified for her to have to get her attorney, and then we turn around and get one for the city clerk. So I'm saying, because I know for a fact that Attorney Boone did send us a letter, and I'm quite sure you got one too, stating that that he advised the mayor to get her, you know, that she had to get her own lawyer, and the city did not pay for it. So it wouldn't be justified. I don't see how you could justify it.
Mr. Freddie, would you have anything that you'd like to add or ask or anything?
I mean, you don't want to do that for.
How does she feel with the city attorney being represented?
Well, I'm willing to have the city do this deposition. I'm going to, on the right of the city, speak for the city as city clerk. And this guy that I've recommended deals especially with these type of cases.
How long ago you motion? City clerk, legal counsel.
We have a motion, we have a second. He made a motion to hire this attorney that was recommended by the city clerk to represent her in this deposition she's going to have on June 6th.
No, they didn't do it. They didn't do the marriage like that.
They say it is, yes, sir. We have a motion and a second. Now, do we have any discussion? Ms. Whipple, did you have any questions about it on that?
Oh, you got to vote on it too. But
I'm asking you, do you have any discussion at this time?
well, I said, you know, I said what I said, that the mayor had to get her own lawyer and pay for it. And if we start this, then you're going to have to, every council that has a complaint, every city employee that has a you know, complaint, you're going to need to justify that, you know, you're going to need to get them a lawyer too.
I heard that, okay. At this time, all we can do is put the motion to a vote. All those in favor, please say aye. 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 All those opposed, 1 nay. So the motion fails for lack of a quorum. Ms. Whipple voted no. Ms. Brown, what I would suggest you do is call the Miss City Attorney and see if you could, you know, feel comfortable and let him help us solve it.
I'm sorry, but I just have to do the right thing.
The next item for business is something that I can address myself. It's something that the mayor put on there herself, and we can't address that without her being here, so we'll table that issue for a later time. At this time, we would ask for a committee report. The police chairman is told is absent tonight. And I'll come to myself later. The street, Councilwoman Whipple, do you have any report on the streets?
I would like to ask, do you know for this, I talked with Superintendent Lawrence about it, but I think a lot of people are having problems at Flash Food. And I don't know whether that belongs to the street or do it belongs to Flash Food. Now, he said that the previous Mayor Turner said he thought it belongs to Flash Food.
Yes,
but I went by there and I looked at it, and it's almost in the street, so I don't know which one is in, whose property is in.
I know DOT did say that was Flash Food's property.
Okay.
Back, last year I went for the abandonment. We've had several issues, and we got DOT to come out and look at it, just to verify. I think Melvin got to come out, and they said that did belong to Flash Food, the property itself.
We have had that question come up before, and we did get that same answer. And
So
we
it belongs to Flash Food?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, because somebody need to fix it, because it's tearing up a lot of people's cars.
I agree.
And
it belongs to them. Any grass or egress into your business belongs to you. You know, and that is an ingress and egress, in and out, that gets the traffic into their parking lot. And all of that belongs to them. You know, city street now, you know, the street to the center line up to, you know, just at the edge of the pavement belongs to us. But that culvert that's so deep right there, that actually belongs to the Flash Food. That is part of their parking, ingress and egress.
yes, because I have had several people to come and tell me that, you know, they know I'm on the street, that this is, you know, they tearing up their cars.
It's bad.
And some people
I
just,
agree with you.
yeah.
Mr. Freddie?
Isn't that hole been filled in lately?
No.
No.
Not for a long time, mine
But with that said, I will tomorrow see if I can, you know, write a little letter to them and inform them on what the DOT has informed us that it does belong to them. And I'll give it to them in writing so that they'll know for sure. And we'll see if that does any good, okay?
Okay, because somebody needs to, because even if they just put something around it right now to keep the people from running into it, you know.
If you buy
sir,
they have paid for damages on several vehicles already that the Flash Food and Quickie has. And they put cones, and you may have seen it, everybody may have seen it in the last month, something like that. You see the cone is there and they seen it's gone.
thank you, Chief. But I will respond to that request tomorrow, and I'll go and talk with them and put it in writing and see if that does any good, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Water and sewage, sanitation, Councilman Smallwood.
Yes, everything is going well. We got a group that does a good job. Mary does a good job of taking care of them. And city, they do what needs to be done. thanks to the citizens, and if anybody does have any, let them know. If you want to call me, call me, and I'll look into whatever they call me, and give you an answer back.
Thank you, sir. Finance and liaison, Councilman Reeves is not here tonight. And I'll back up to myself now. I'm the fire chairman, and we've been very fortunate lately not to have any really bad fires. We had one trash dump fire, a truck caught the trash on fire in the back, and as he was trying to get his tractor out from under it, turned over, spilled all over the side of the new fall line, right about the city limit between here and Ivy, and it burned for two days, I guess, you know. We kept putting water on it, but other than that, everything has been pretty good with our fires lately, and we appreciate people being diligent and not, you know, doing very much burning right now, because in between rains it gets pretty dry pretty quick, you know. So just remember that if you do any burning, you do need to get a burn permit from the forestry, and they have to, it needs to be reported to the police department what area you will be burning, your street address, and give them the permit number so that they'll know that you have a legal permit, and we request that you not burn any more than you have to. With that said, we didn't have it listed on here about asking anyone from the audience to speak tonight, but earlier, before we started our meeting, I did ask if you had anything to say, and I will once again ask if anyone has a question now, since we are in a regular meeting. Mr. British? That's right. Thank you for reminding me. If y'all will give us just 1 minute, please. Mr. Gary Johnson from VASF is here tonight. He was. Gary, would you please come in for just a moment and go forward and give us an update on the business of VASF?
Be glad to. Thank you, Mr. Council. Right now, our business is still strong. We've got a lot of ground to make up because of cold weather that hit us first part of the year. This part of the country is just not equipped for that type of cold weather, so we're having to make up a lot of ground, and we are. One thing I wanted to communicate to the council is we operate under responsible care. We have a responsibility to all our employees, not only for safety, their health. You know, we take care of our employees, and we want to be a responsible citizen in the community. So we're installing a warning system, hopefully that will be in operation the end of June. It'll have 3 signals on it. It'll be signaling severe weather, and there'll be another signal that's going to be take shelter, and then an all clear. I mentioned to the mayor this last Thursday, and I was going to present it in council tonight, which I'm doing. And we're going to add in the paper so people that just don't come to the meetings here are aware of what's going on. So it'll be a trial, and people will be asking about it, but we're going to get the word out to the community. So it'll be a signal for people around the plant when that siren goes off and what it means, so that people won't be, you know, confused about what all's happening. So
also in that respect, those things are going to be fairly loud. I mean, you'll be able to hear a good distance away. I mean, if you know how far away they'll project the sound.
I do not, but I know the speakers are like this long, and like this high, and there's like 12 of them.
They're just like any tornado siren that, you know, most places have, you know, those warnings. So I was just guessing it would be pretty loud. A lot of our citizens would be able to hear it too.
Right. And it won't be operated like, you know, a radio just automatically goes off sometimes, and it'll be about a storm that's not close to us. We monitor NOAA in the plant, and then it will be operated by an individual at the plant, so it'll be turned on and turned off. It just won't be going off and everybody knows what's going on. It'll be turned off and monitored. So, like the end of June, we should have that ready to go. Another thing too, there was a call today that went to the police department, and I got the message. We have a machine that's been malfunctioned over here across from the, what's the store right here?
Translate.
The Texaco right here. We have a machine that's been malfunctioned, and we don't know whether it's the blower on the machine or the muffler that's attached to it, but it's making a loud noise. So we have a crane coming in tomorrow, so we know about it and we're addressing it. So just let everybody be aware that we're working on it.
Several years. And we do have a contract with him that if you know the person who is has a disability, he has a contract with us that he will pick them up, but we have to identify him to him, and he will, you know, go up to your house and pick up the garbage can. And he has a lot of them that he does already. But if you know of any new ones, now that you know that that is part of his service, if you would let City Hall know, then Mr. Dixon would be glad to work that out too. Yes, sir. Anybody else? Mr. Gary?
One more thing, I apologize, I couldn't hear. The depot, I heard, were the locks changed on the door at the depot?
Yes, sir.
I know the BASF has that ready tomorrow and Wednesday, so we're gonna be able to get in there tomorrow?
Come by City Hall anytime tomorrow morning. We'll make sure you have a key.
Okay, well, it won't be me, but I'll make sure the people.
Whoever it is, just tell them to come by City Hall.
Okay.
Thank you. If there's nothing else, I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Second. Any discussion on the script? All those in favor, please stand. Thank y'all. Appreciate y'all coming.
What do you think about that?
I have no comments on that because one reason it's not finished yet.
What's your name?
Lula, Jacobs.
Can you spell it for me?
Lulajacobs.
And you are a supporter of Mayor Whipple-Lue, supporting resident? What do you think about these people coming out here today with the concerned citizens t-shirts?
Well, they've been doing that ever since she's been in office. They are very concerned about Mayor Whipple-Lue, but not concerned about the city of Gordon.
What do you think it is specifically about Mayor Whipple-Lue that's concerning them?
Number one, they are very disappointed, as they say, in the way that she came into office. And the city of Gordon don't want changes. They don't want any changes. They want it to remain like it was, but it ain't over, honey. Not at all.
Do you think that this is a black-white issue, or is this just a leadership change issue?
It's a black-white issue, and it's a change of leadership, and anything else you want to call it, that's what it is.
Is there anything else you want to add, Ms. Jacobs?
I like to say to whoever's listening, it's not over yet.
All right, thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome.
I appreciate you sharing some words with me. I really do.
And let me ask you a question. Why do you carry that sign? I come to the meetings and you seem like you with it all. Why do you keep carrying that sign?
Because I am very concerned about Gordon. And together we stand, and divided we will fall. And it's just the beginning. Gordon will never be the same again.
Wow.
Never be the same again.
Wow. So you have that much confidence in the American way of government, or just you believe it's just the energy? What is it that makes you feel so confident that change is coming?
Change is coming because a lot of things that we have been through. There are so many people that have been turning out to the city council meeting that have never come. And so one thing that Mayor Whipple-Lue did, she brought the citizen of Gordon out, regardless of whether it was positive or negative. She brought them out to city councils.
This is my last and most important question right here. I think everybody would want to hear this question here. Do you believe that the voters are disenfranchised when someone, such as a judge, can take down an elected official? Do you think that's appropriate under our form of government? Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay, will you explain to me again what you said about that sign tonight?
That's where they had the meeting for this afternoon.
You were scheduled for that. They had the agenda sign posted.
Sign posted for this afternoon.
And then this sign here.
This sign came up all of a sudden.
All of a sudden they brought this sign up.
And they did not notify the citizens in time.
Oh my goodness. So that's a straight violation of the law. Yeah. Thank you very much. What's your name?
Magnus Nixon.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you.
They all told me no, they were not going to open it because Mr. Mobile told them not to open it for me. And they were going to follow.
Now she going home. They over there to her house. She going home now.
It broke constantly coming on out.
Sheriff, how you doing?
How you doing? Good.
I'm doing good. I'm doing
LPD
good.
constantly coming
If the
on
mayor
out to
asked
this meeting.
the police to open the door, he should have opened the door.
That's right.
You asked the chief of police?
I asked the sergeant to open it. He said that he was told by the councilman, Mr. Moga, not to open the door for me.
And who was Miss Moga?
Mr. Moga is the city manager, the city clerk.
Okay.
City clerk,
Thank you.
basically.
Thank you.
Okay. I just witnessed my mom being served by the sheriff department. And they said relinquish all keys to any sealed-in buildings, to City Hall, the Annex, Water Authority, anything. He said that she could not go to her office in her capacity as mayor. And so, well, he then further stated after being questioned, you know, what could she do to retrieve her items, he said that she can go in not as mayor, but as a regular citizen. So my thing of it is, they would serve her, what time is it?
Go ahead, just keep talking out.
They served her just moments or a couple of hours before the city council meeting.
5:34.
It's 5:34. The city council meeting tonight is at 7:30. They served her because they're about to pay the auditor for services rendered. Now, I don't know what Councilman Edie has up his sleeve, or Tawana Brown and the rest of them, but it's coming to a head. It has already come to a head. We, as the citizens of Gordon, need to know where the funds are. For too long, this city has shown no growth, and there's potential for many jobs to come to this area. They're trying to hold back progress. Councilman Edie, City Clerk Tawana Brown, Councilman Smallwood, Councilman Densley, they're holding up progress. They keep serving her these things.
Papers.
They keep serving her these papers so that she can get boggled down and not be able to do her job. Now, I don't know what they have up their sleeve tonight, but I think all of you as concerned citizens, I'm not talking about that group who call themselves concerned citizens, but I'm talking about the real concerned citizens of Gordon who elected her in. You're in the majority. You need to be down there at the city council meeting tonight to hear what's going down, because it's a hot mess right now, as I see it. A hot mess. NAACP, you need to be here. 100 Black Men in Making, you need to be here. Concerned Black men of Gordon, you need to be here. Concerned Black women of Gordon, you need to be here. Ministers, elders, pastors, deacons, missionaries, evangelists, you need to be here at this city council meeting tonight to represent your city.
Concerned white right people as well.
I'm including it all.
Right, that's right, everybody.
Because I notice I'm including everybody.
That's right, everybody.
Everybody.
That means well, right, and good.
Right. We're going for right.
Amen.
We're going for Mayor Lue.